Hi everybody, it's me, Janae, and this is my updated everyday makeup routine. So we're gonna start. Y'all, I'm not even gonna re-record that. Forget it. We're gonna start off with a fresh, clean face. I just hopped out the shower, and here's my makeup bag. Very much blessed, very much so. Let me see if I got something that I could like pin this damn towel with. Hopefully y'all don't see no titties when I'm doing this makeup look. But where do I start? So first we're gonna start with, I believe a good routine for skin basically is, for starters, hydration. You really just wanna like, what you put on the inside eventually becomes what you put on the outside. And also like trying to reduce stress, trying to get enough sleep, you know, different stuff like that. So that's a big thing for me. So let's start with hydrating first. Woo, okay. Let's take me a little shot. Before, y'all, this towel is not staying. I just wanted to stay because I wanted to kind of like clean girl vibe, and this towel is not staying. The towel wants to show y'all something, but I'm not trying to show y'all. You gotta pay me for that. So we're starting off with a fresh face. First things first, I do like to, if I can find it, moisturize and prime first. Wow, yeah, this bag is just so compact, you guys, so I have to like pull everything out so I can find what I'm looking for. Where are you? Yeah, I think I'm looking for something. I was about to say, I think I'm looking for something that ain't even in the bag, but I found it. Here we go. So, for starters, I'm trying to hold this towel up while I'm doing this. For starters, I have this NK Makeup Perfection Hydro Dewy Primer, Smooth and Hydrate with coconut and aloe. So I'm gonna start with that. I go in with 3 pumps. 1, 2. If that last one will come out, 3, right? I go in with 3 pumps of this NK Makeup Hydro Dewy Primer. Can y'all see that? Right? And just tap it in. And so my skin can absorb that primer. Oh my gosh, you guys, I'm so ashy. Look. So now that we put the primer on, now I like to go in with, I'm gonna have to readjust this towel every 2 seconds, y'all. Lord have mercy. Now we like to go in with setting, and that did absolutely nothing. Yikes. Okay. Now I'm gonna go in with a setting spray. This is the Stay All Night Blue Light Micro Setting Mist Long Lasting Wear e.l.f. setting spray. So now I'm gonna just mist my face with it. And I'm a big fan of overusing setting spray because I like to really let my face get drenched and let everything soak in, so I overly use setting spray. So now I'm just gonna let that kind of air dry. Now the next step, since I've already primed and I just set it, I literally just, what is it called? I just trimmed and tweezed my brows yesterday because they were just getting, I hadn't messed with them in so long, so they were just getting very out of control. And now they're kind of a little bit thinned out, but I really like them. I feel like it just kind of made my face pop a little bit more because all I have on is just a little bit light mascara. I've been wearing a whole lot of mascara lately because I just didn't have my lashes. So I have light mascara on and I just have my brows tweezed and trimmed. And I think my face looks super cute which is nothing on it. So I think that's super cool. But first things first, I'm gonna go in with this NK Makeup Clear Mascara Multifunction as a brow gel to just like brush the brows up a little bit into place. Even though I did a really good job of trimming and tweezing them and it really doesn't need it, I'm just gonna do this just for a little extra, just to get them to kind of hold in place. Right? And then I'm going to go in with let's find her. I'm gonna go in with this brow pomade from LA Colors in the shade dark brown. And I'm going to find my makeup brush so that I can fill my brows a little bit. I really thought this was going to be a super organized video, you guys, but my bag is so compact and I have so much stuff in here that I didn't realize that I would be just digging. But it's okay, y'all are just here with me for a little bit. So I also wanted to show you guys this super cute thing that I got from the dollar store. It is this Modessa LED light mirror that I've started to use lately. I also got this mirror. It's a regular mirror from the dollar store. Super cute, right? So you guys don't have to break the bank to get different things that you need. I definitely, my phone right now is, well, I can show you guys. My phone, I like to have that set up. So my phone is literally on a tripod in the sink right now. And that's what I'm recording on. It's on cinematic mode. And these are dollar store mirrors. So you just get some batteries from the dollar store, get this, and it's a light up mirror. So I'm gonna use this because on cinematic mode, I really can't see as well. And sometimes it's hard to do makeup in the camera. So we're going in with the LA Colors pomade and this angled brush to fill in my brows and this little brush to put the concealer underneath my brows. So let me just open this up and you just barely go on there. Don't take too much because it gets real dark real fast, you know? Like an Edgar Allan Poe book. So I'm going in with the brow pomade and I'm just kind of filling it in lightly in any area that's a little bit sparse towards the tail end. And then coming forward and just doing light pencil-like strokes throughout the rest of the brow to get the rest of that product off. And fill the brow, and then coming towards the front with whatever remainder and just lightly filling in. And creating like kind of a perfect line. So you guys see there, and then you guys see there. Just give it a little fill. And brush a little bit towards the front just to give it that blend. And now you guys see the difference between two brows, right? A little piece of glitter. So now I'm going to do the same thing on the opposite side. Remember, I'm just barely putting any product on my angled brush. And I'm starting towards the tail end to fill. And I'm just moving upwards. And you could also use a brow pencil. I use a brow pencil when I'm more on my like clean girl type vibe. I'm gonna do a video for my clean girl makeup routine, kind of everyday natural type makeup. But I use brow pomade, particularly when I'm like going to the club and stuff like that, and this is the type of makeup I want to do. And you could bounce it back over to fill in a little bit darker anywhere you want. Where's that? Is this piece right here? Where you see any gaps. And just start at the back and then move it forward and just use whatever leftover product to start filling the front. And do this little motion at the front. So it's not super dark. It's just giving it a gradient effect. Because we just want to barely fill it at the front. All right, so now that's how we're doing on the brows. Now the next step, I'm hunched over because I'm not trying to let y'all see what's going on with this towel. The next step now, let me pick up this makeup bag and adjust my towel real quick. I'm trying to make it as tight as possible, but it's not working. Okay, so now we're back. We have this little brush that I use for concealing around the brows. So I'm going to go in with this Kyda eyeshadow primer. I usually would use my regular concealer, but I just found my eyeshadow primer again, so I'm gonna use that because I'd really like this, and then just, you know, we're, I guess, already prepped and primed if we did want to do any little bit of eyeshadow. So I'm gonna conceal around the brows on the bottom and the top. Even though it is a light shade, I don't really care because I'm gonna go in with a little bit of foundation over the top of it. So you just go in and sculpt out the bottom of the brow. And then turn the brush flat and then start blending downwards. So now we do that, and that's how it looks, and just start blending down. Now that I've created that nice sculpted line underneath the brow. I'm actually not gonna use it on the top. I don't know why I said that, because this is like, I forgot, this is like a really white-ish type concealer, and I just don't even want that extra like halo brow effect. So you go in like this at first, and then you start doing this and moving the brush down like that. But you go in like that to sculpt it first. So we do this, and we just draw a line. Like that. And then you kind of start cleaning it up and blending. So that's what I'm gonna do real quick. So now we blend down. And sometimes you might conceal a little bit and might cut a little bit into the brow. And then you just grab your angled brush and you go back over, and then you just fix it. So I'm just gonna fix this little piece right here because it's a little too sharp for my liking. And then good, right? So now that I've done that and blended down with concealer, I take the brush and I kind of just buff it in front to give that blended effect in the front of the brows. And wipe between. Right? So now we've got that going. And we've got a little extra eyeshadow primer. So I'm gonna just put that on my lids, whatever is left, the remainder of it, and just blend that over my lids. Okay, so now that that is done, y'all, the girls want to make an appearance. Now that that's done, right, I'm gonna go in with, let's see what we've got here. Now I've started to use, what's it called? I don't know if I have the foundation, I'm not sure, but excuse me, I've started to use Derma Blend Coverage Hair Full Coverage Concealer as my foundation. And this is a darker shade, but when I start to build up all of the concealers and the powders and stuff like that, it actually blends out really well. So this is N98 in Derma Blend. And I do one here, one there, one on the forehead, one on the nose, and then two down here, right? So that's what, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's 6 points that I use. And I go in with this brush, which is a Kala brush. I believe this brand came out of a Ross or TJ Maxx or something like that. I'm very big on Ross and TJ Maxx, y'all. Baddie on a budget. Shit. And I take this brush and I just buff that into my skin. And I'm kind of trying to get that eyeshadow primer blended out on the ends. So I'm just buffing it everywhere. I'm not really trying too hard to get it underneath my eyes because I'm gonna conceal there. You know, I go between the brows and buff. But it definitely, for me, is a good full coverage concealer. I have like a dark mark right there or something because I've been looking like, I'm like, why does that look like that? Well, I guess I have a dark mark. So this has been super good to me. I like to use it as foundation. Right? So now that we've done that, now we can go in and start using our concealer. So I recently found my e.l.f. 16-Hour Camo Concealer Matte Finish in light beige. This is going to be for my inner corners. And I have this other concealer. I can find it in here. Okay. And I have this Conceal It LA Colors Cover and Correct Concealer in the shade Deep for the rest of my face. So, you know, Nezra Looks is a very big inspo to me. I love, love, love how she does her makeup. So I've started to use lighter concealers in my inner corners. And and just go ahead and do that. So I should be letting, I'm gonna wait until I blend this out. So I take little beauty blenders. These are not dirty. My blush just broke apart in my bag. And I get, what's it called? Let me turn this light mirror off real quick because I don't like what it's doing to the video. So I'll just use this regular mirror. So I use setting spray and I spray my beauty blender. And then I go ahead and I blend everything out. I'm flipping the mirror on the microscopic version, like the magnified one, so I can really see. And I go in and I just pat that concealer out. Lately, I've been doing a lot more full coverage makeup, but I don't mind today. Whenever you go into an area and it's just like a whole lot of concealer, you can just dab it back over an area that needs more coverage. Today, I don't think I'm gonna go super full coverage. So I'm just blending the concealer out so it kind of has more of a satin finish. Just blend that up into the eyebrows, blend that one over. And blend that one over. And now we go in with that camo concealer from e.l.f. and we put it in the inner corners. And lightly blend it out just a little bit. And then I'm gonna let that concealer, that corner of my eye. And then the kind of pointed edge is harder to work. I flip my beauty blender around. Sponge around. It's giving me a hard time blending this with a pointed edge. It seems like it's a little bit brighter in one section than the other. So I'm going to dab just a pinch more there. So I can blend that out. Okay, so now that I have added concealer, I'm going to go ahead and set. I use Black Radiance loose setting powder in the shade Banana. And I use a brush to apply my loose setting powder. And here she goes. I lied. Here she goes. So I tap in, you guys see the amount of powder that's on there, and then I tap off the excess and I press the setting powder in. I don't let anything bake. I just press in all the powder to soak up that moisture. And then go back and go over and set everything else. We're just pressing that powder in wherever we put concealer at. So yesterday I was looking at my face without makeup and I was looking at just the natural highlights, and I am a big fan of kind of mimicking the natural highlights of your face with makeup. I do like doing dramatic makeup, drastic makeup, whatever you want to call it. But in my everyday type look, I want to try to mimic the natural highlights. And when you see natural highlights, you see like under the eyes, you see the chin, and you see like somewhat in the forehead area with some people. Well, with a lot of people, but some people's a little bit more pronounced than others. So I'm gonna make sure that I'm getting those pieces highlighted when I do my makeup. You guys see I'm pressing in a lot of setting powder for that concealer, so we're not getting creases. Okay, so let me pick up the top real quick. So that is a set face right now. So now that I have set all my concealer, I like to go in with my face powder. Where are you? Okay. I like to go in with my face powder, and this is from LA Girl Pro Face. Don't know the shade because, as you guys can see, the back broke off. So I use the same brush that I use for my foundation, what am I trying to say, the Derma blend. So I go in with that brush and I just kind of brush over all of that setting powder to kind of bring my face a little bit more color back into it. Kind of take off that cast. Alright. So now that we've done that, I'm gonna go in with I'm gonna go in now with my Maybelline Fit Me Loose Finishing Powder in the shade 30 Medium Deep. And that's gonna be like my highlight for all these areas. So I'm going to take, what do I want to use? Well, I'm going to take the beauty sponge and I'm going to use that to brighten up my face. So I'm going to go under the eyes. And we're tapping the powder in. We're not baking, we're tapping it in. To set those under eyes. I like to make like a line down my nose when I'm using this powder. And tapping it in as much as possible, giving you guys that close up. And tap in more on this side. And then going in on, I do a little bit on the sides of the mouth sometimes. I just do like one line and blend that out. But doing the chin, I usually don't do the chin, but when I was looking at the natural highlights of my face, I was like, I need to make sure that my chin is highlighted and the sides of my mouth don't look too dark. I'm stitching. And so we're doing that and just tapping the powder in. And a little bit along the nose and slightly into T-zone. Just tapping that powder in. Because guess what's next? Contour. So let me see my makeup real quick. Yeah. The eyes are giving Ursula from The Little Mermaid, but we're coming along. So now that we've added that, actually, I don't know why I'm playing around. I definitely like to go a lot more dramatic under the eyes with the powder. So let me add more powder. Yeah, I like to go heavy under the eyes. Everywhere else is just like one pat, but under the eyes, I add a lot of extra powder because I want that highlighted effect under there. Right? And then I go in with my brush that I use for foundation or you know that Derma blend concealer, and I tap that powder in. So it's nice and packed in under there. So that's the close-up of that. That's how that's coming along looking. Very highlighted. Right. So now the next step is contour. So let's readjust her real quick. Okay, now the next step is contour. Sometimes you can go ahead and only use the medium to dark Black Radiance True Complexion Contour Palette. But I've been lately using both the Black Radiance palette and this dual contour from Nicka K, the darkest shade over here, to really give me that really strong contour effect. So I use this brush and I tap the darkest one and I go along my nose to start really creating that dimension. And I buff it into the front of my eye. And then get that and buff it into the front of the eye. So y'all see how the nose shape is changing already? It's becoming real defined.